Hello, everyone. I'm Samantha of Senses of the Soul, and this is my July Ascension Energies video. So let's hop right in here because we have a power pact, because it's the power gateway that we're going through in July. We have 2 eclipses and Mercury Retrograde. So it's going to be a very, very energetic month that's going to shift us on many levels, particularly when it comes to our needs and relationships. So if you remember in my last video, I talked about June, and June was about reclaiming trust in ourselves, right? Continuing to listen to our inner needs and focus on self-care quite a bit. We're learning more where our priorities are, and many have chosen to slow down in their lives. And if you're not slowing down, then you're going to find that it's going to become overwhelming for you. Now, what we need to do is continue to slow down, to take the time to digest everything and to learn what we need to learn about ourselves, to let go of what we need to let go of. And if we don't make the time to do that, the body or the mind or the heart is going to let you know that you need to do that. So I strongly suggest this month, if you haven't started to slow down, that you do so now. It's going to feel difficult because there'll be lots of emotions coming up, and many people are used to running away from that. But we are not going to be doing that anymore. We're not going to be allowed to be doing that anymore by the universe. So as we do this slowly and steadily, we're finding more joy and peace and passion, and standing more firmly in ourselves as we do this. So we're learning, as I said, where our priorities are, and we will continue through July to do that. As we have more of these emotions bubbling to the surface, we're going to continue to be more vulnerable with ourselves and with others, and this will help us know our needs. Unfortunately, that will mean in July, as we go into especially Mercury retrograde, and you may have already been noticing this leading up to July, that we are bashing against each other more. People are triggering more because more of our stuff is coming up. Okay, but what we are working towards as we work through this is that we will get more in touch with our authentic emotions, that as things come up in our life, we won't be triggered and react the way we used to. We were making decisions based more on that and fear and low self-worth. And as we become stronger here and have more self-worth, what we are going to be doing is then using our authentic emotions to lead the way and define what we need in our lives. Okay, so it's a very different way of living. There's nothing there for us that will be based on the past. It will be meaning to be fully present and knowing even more what our needs are. Okay, so as we go through July, that's going to happen even more. The feminine is going to continue to come in, and through each of these cosmic events, so which I will talk about in a minute. And that will balance out our masculine and feminine more as well. So you're probably feeling that change in you already, and feeling that you aren't the same you were even a month ago, as we're going through very, very, very big and quick changes now. And July's theme is called Restorative Love, and this is the last phase of the 9th realm of our learning. And then as we go into August, and it'll be August 6th, that's when we go into the 10th realm of learning, which I will get into when we get to August. Okay? So, cosmic events this month. July 2nd is the new moon, and it is also a total solar eclipse. Okay, lots of divine masculine energy. Lots of clearing right now as we lead the way up to that. Okay, much more than we normally do leading up to a new moon. Okay, and then we start Mercury retrograde on July 7th. Okay, that always amplifies communication issues and flow issues. So again, we need to be more patient and communicate with each other much more effectively. And as I said, more patient. Oh, and more patient. Okay? And we have to continue our own self-care. So that is what will happen in the 1st of July. And we will continue to more and more take layers off of the heart chakra, strengthen the 3rd chakra, and that self-worth and self-will will come online. And then as we move towards the 2nd eclipse, which is the full moon, okay, that is on July 16th, then we will see more and more. We'll have more illumination, and it'll just continue towards the end of the month, because we also have another meteor shower at the end of the month. Okay, and we will see more and more what we'll need in relationships in particular, whether it's work, whether it's in relationship to our body, whether it's in relationship to, you know, our personal relationships, your closest relationships, all of that. It also will be affecting our relationship to nature. You know, more and more intrinsically, people are realizing that is the connection we need, that oneness we need that I talk about. And as all of this continues to shift, again, we come into more co-creation with each other, right? And everything around us. Okay? So lots of new awareness and illumination this month. The other thing I want to mention is, and again, you may have noticed this week, as we come up to eclipses, time gets inconsistent. We lose track of time, so we really need to focus and stay on track, but we have to do that much harder. And again, the mental chatter is not as bad as it was a month ago. It's easing off now as we get more into our spiritual nature, but you're still going to be having a little more mental chatter here. So again, try to get that out of the way and really focus on what your priorities are and continue as well with your self-care. Okay? So that is the July energies, Ascension energies for this month. And the archetypes this month that I am focusing on when I channeled, that will be for all of us, are the sage and, again, the warrior. All right? And so I'm recommending for my products the warrior essence, which works more on the mental and emotional. Again, that strength, that self-will, that balance power, right? And your self-truth, okay? And that's a vibrational flower and gem essence. And then the other one I'm recommending is the sage, okay? The sage is about the power of perception, which we are going to continue to hone, and that discernment, which we have been working on since the beginning of this year. And as this continues, that third chakra will keep purging and clearing. You've probably noticed your digestion is wonky and up and down, and you'll get like a hold and then a purge, right? It's because we are learning to clear to get more of that inner discernment and more self-truth, self-will, self-worth. All right. The sage, Elixir, that one I'm recommending as well. That will help enhance that third eye here. All right. So that you again can receive that information to turn that into more wisdom. The other one I'm recommending is the Sacred Union Tea, because again, as we go through the eclipse gateways, the first eclipse gateway is more of a divine masculine. The second is a divine feminine. And so those two parts of ourselves are going to be really trying to sort themselves out, and that will be reflected outside of you too. Okay? So this is a really lovely, and it also tastes lovely, tea to use this month too. Okay? So I wish you much healing and peace and transformation in July. And again, if you have any questions, you can certainly put those below. And I will see you in August.